The sun is coming up, signaling the beginning of a new day. A dry and hot day in the Sahara desert. So we pack and say goodbye to our families. The four of us, Omar, Hama, Abbas, and myself, Isa, begin our trip through the desert. We have each given up following the practices of Islam to follow the way of Jesus, and that has made us brothers. We used to live in darkness, hopeless, but Jesus came into our lives and gave us hope, a new life. Now we live for Him, and we must bring His light to others. Through the past month, we visited several villages and towns. We have shared about the good news that transformed our lives. We shared hope and freedom in Jesus Christ. We are grateful to see that our hard work was bearing fruit. So we continue going everywhere we can, preaching to everyone we can. Traveling through the desert is not easy. The gospel is illegal here. Being a follower of Jesus means persecution. Carrying Bibles means jail. It would be easier to take a car, but the roads are dangerous. But if Jesus gave His life to save us, we owe Him all that we have. No sacrifice is too great. Once we had no opportunity to hear the good news of salvation, there are people who still have no access to the gospel. They are born and die without knowing there is a loving God. Someone needs to tell them the good news. On that day, it was very dry and the heat from the ground was making the conditions uncomfortable. We began to grow concerned when the wind quickly began to pick up. Before we knew, we were in the middle of a sandstorm, trapped in the middle of the desert without proper shelter. We tried to stay together, sand pelting us in our faces, blinding our eyes and making it tough to breathe. I remember calling out to one another, Omar, Hama, Abbas. I would hear Hama call my name, Isa, and I would return the call. We were helpless, trying to survive the vast amount of the sand and dust. Hama, Abbas and I had been found in a cave, unconscious. Several days later, I awoke in the hospital, only to awaken to the news that Omar had been separated from us in the sand and was found dead, killed by the sandstorm. I think of Omar's wife, Selma, the sacrifice they made so others could have access to the light of the gospel. The police questioned us about our trip in the desert and warned us to stop our evangelistic campaigns. But how could we stop? How could we do anything but continue in honor of Omar's life, in honor of Christ? For we thank the Lord for death and resurrection from the dead. We thank the Lord for the free grace of salvation He has given us. We thank God because He is a living God. We thank the Lord for persecution for the sake of His highness because He deserves more. We thank the Lord for your hard work in order to spread the word. We thank God for your protection. We thank the Lord for the illness. We thank the Lord for our brother Omar, who ascended to heaven. We are certain that the Lord has a plan behind all this. Our peace to you all. The Lord will not abandon His children, and many souls will be saved.